Yeah,
It still contains nicotine though, right? Isn't that like?
it's an addictive drug.
But still, like at least
But
you're
still.
not getting the
But
lung
still.
cancer, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all we have to point out here.
Yo, my bad, I'm late for our podcast.
Ito na naman, late na naman.
My bad, my bad.
Yeah.
I've got some good topic though. I've got some good topic. I got
Good
some,
topic.
Good topic.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Wait, what are you guys talking about?
We're talking about vape.
Oh no way! Because my topic, my article that I just read is about vape, bro.
About vape. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
god. So here's the thing. There's this article that I read. It's called "Risky Client, Yes or No," right? So basically, it's about this CEO. His name is Seth. He's the CEO of a mid-sized advertising company in Fort Worth, Texas, in America. Now, here's the thing, though. They had this client who approached them, and it was about an e-cigarette brand called Enlight. Have you guys heard of that?
I think I've heard of that.
Light iron. I don't vape.
Kind of familiar.
I don't vape, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, right. And basically, they were considering hiring this agency for its product launch, right? And at that time, the industry was smoking hot, right? The sales were expected to reach at least $50 billion, bro. By 2025.
That's crazy.
I
Big
know,
money.
Crazy.
Billion?
right? So, I mean, if you think about it as a CEO, why not get it? Right? It's
Yeah.
big money.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It's in the billions.
It's in the billions.
Right, end up being their biggest account in a year or two. So if you're the CEO and this is your biggest cut, why not take it?
Mid-size, right?
I know.
A piece of that vaping
Pie.
pie.
Get the
Diba?
money.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though, that this company, this agency, sorry, had never really gone through this type of advertising towards a new client because, right? So, in America, as also in Texas, there are no federal regulations on the e-cigarette industry simply because the government there didn't have enough data on health impact to provide a rational basis for regulation since the product was a nicotine delivery system regulation and at that time would bound to change.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, as the CEO, like Seth, right, he had a lot of dilemmas because they wouldn't want to waste money in advertising something that could be later on be illegal, and then they're gonna have to change everything. That would cost them a lot,
Yeah.
right? So while until now, however, e-cigarettes are claimed to be safer, right, than traditional cigarettes,
Absolutely.
right? But however, as we all know, they are a nicotine delivery system, right? Let's say that they have no tar, right? Unlike actual cigarettes. But the thing is, since it still contains nicotine and there is no scientific research, right, about it, we still couldn't fully conclude if it was as safe as we all think it is.
Yeah.
Right? So Seth, right, the CEO of this company, he believed that all legal products should have a right to advertise, and the agencies had the right to represent them. But again, their legal basis, it's not really there because they're only stating that because there isn't enough studies or a policy regarding e-cigarettes being really safe because again, there isn't enough studies about it, right? So what are your thoughts about it?
So what you're saying to me is Seth wanted to accept the client because of the opportunity.
Right.
Okay. Is Seth the only person deciding on whether to
Actually,
take
there is
on the client?
one more. She's I think her name's Frederica, right? I think her name is Frederica, and she's part of the company, right? The agency. She's a supervisor account services who wanted to talk directly to Seth because she wanted to say her side of this whole on their whole client, right? However, it isn't because she wanted to support it. She wanted to protest. Frederica's position is not absolutist like Seth, because she has an inherent faith in the free market system, right? And she also believes, just like Seth, that legal products should be allowed to be advertised. But again, in this case, the absence of scientific evidence, right, firmly establishing the consequences or between positive or negative consequences on this e-cigarettes, of smoking e-cigarette, the acknowledgement of these cigarettes might pose a health threat that overrides the
Edicts. Yeah,
edicts
okay.
of the marketplace, right? So in her she's now questioning should they pursue pushing this e-cigarettes in their advertising or not? Again, their basis of it being legal was that there isn't enough evidences on it being
For it
safe.
being bad, yeah.
Right.
So not necessarily legal, but more of like it's a healthy product that
Yeah.
won't have any harmful side effects. Is what you're saying.
Right.
That makes a lot of
Okay.
sense.
Right.
Well,
And
okay, so-
also Frederica, she seems to be more than willing to take the responsibility for the ethical decision making out of the government's hands, and instead of placing it firmly in the hands of the agency. Right?
Okay,
That makes sense.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so Frederica's position is to not pitch the account.
Right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, what are anyone's thoughts on the case right now, since we've kind of heard about its entirety?
Yeah, I think we should like look into the values first. Like, where do they see the values?
Okay. Personally, I feel like we identified the two people,
Yeah.
right, making the decision. So that's Seth and Frederica. So for me, I believe that Seth, number one, most importantly, he values money. Obviously,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the industry would have boomed into 50 billion, and even if this company was just going to be a small part of that 50 billion, that would have earned his agency a lot because they would have been a big client. So obviously he values money. He runs a business. He wants his business to profit. He wants his agency to become better, which actually leads me to the next value that I think Seth values, which is reputation. Because he knew that accepting an account like this would increase his agency's reputation. He was if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned he was a mid-sized.
He's the CEO of a mid-sized.
Yeah, so he's a mid.
Yeah.
So he was part of a mid-sized agency. I mean, obviously, what was going through Seth's head was like, imagine what it could do for his agency if he were able to be part of this booming industry, right? So obviously, he cares about reputation. And the last thing that I think Seth values is the free market. Why? At least how it was phrased in the factual portion of this was that he said one of his defenses was that he believes that every product that is legal should have the right to be advertised.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously he values the free market in that sense. Alright, so moving on to Frederica now. I think one thing that she obviously values is health. Obviously because she kind of tried to connect the dots between vape and like cigarettes. She
Yeah.
said that both contain nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive product.
Right.
It's kind of like a low key drug already. So she obviously values health. So she doesn't want to push that towards other people. Now, I think the second thing that Frederica values is research, or maybe a better way of saying it is maybe due process. Why due process? It's because she wasn't entirely against the idea. She simply just wanted to wait until they had more information.
Better information.
Yeah, until they had better information. Yeah, she wasn't closing the doors on it entirely.
Yeah.
She just wanted to wait it out until there was enough information in order so that they could advertise it properly as well. And lastly, I think just the same as Seth. I think she also values the free market because it was mentioned, and also she does believe she does believe that all legal products
Should be advertised.
should be advertised.
Right.
All right. So that being said, do you guys have any values that you want to add to what I've already said?
But if you think about it, I think you can also say Frederica's also she values money way more than if you think about it. Because like, she actually wanted to make sure that the product was safe. And the research was correct.
Mm-hmm.
From there, can you imagine if your agency was caught marketing vape and all of a sudden they start getting popcorn lung or another type of disease coming from vape,
Yeah.
then their whole brand would be diminished, their whole agency would be gone. So I think that she was trying to really protect herself from the money. She's trying to protect the money of the brand as well. Because I think they're both thinking of it as this is gonna help value both the company. You know?
Okay.
Wait,
Okay, yes.
So if I were to respond to that, so you're saying that she values money in a way of keeping the company
Long term.
So
for the long
company
term.
is safe. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's because she
wants to have more.
Yeah, it's not
but
necessarily
rather
because she wants to have more, but more of like
safety.
or so maybe it's not really like money that she values. Maybe it's like
Safety
Security.
security
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
company.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay, so she values like security and the safety of her company.
It's more longevity for her
Yeah.
rather than just the
Than just the money.
To add to that, for the safety part, she can also add safety for others because syempre everyone knows what nicotine was. It's a drug.
Yeah, okay.
So what if lang a person vapes and it might cause that nicotine drug or the drug within it without evidence would cause the user to harm others. So siguro safety can also be added
So
to
she
her values.
values like the
Victims.
public's
Public
public
health.
health. So
Oh.
not just her own health, but the public health as well. Okay.
That's
Actually, yeah. How about you? Do you guys have anything to add from
But then, like, honestly,
Okay.
think about I can try to see them both as honestly Kantian and utilitarianism. Honestly,
Okay.
Why is that so?
because if you think about it, they're really valuing their own ideas before anyone else's. You can see it in Seth. Seth wants the company to be big and let's do it. We see this giant contract coming in. We get this client. We're part of the 50 billion.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
like to him, that's gonna help the brand out non-stop. His ideas are his. And you look at Frederica, same thing with her. No, I don't believe that this is right. So we shouldn't be doing it until proven better. Okay, so they're both utilitarian and Kantian. But then if you go back to Frederica, you can actually also say that she's a part of or thinking about the whole massa or the agape principle, where you look at all the people who are addicted to smoking and she wants to protect them. See, her whole goal was that if vaping isn't researched enough, they just might be the next cigarette,
Right.
and it's gonna harm so much other people.
Oh.
And she doesn't want that. So she was actually thinking about the victims more than actually thinking about the whole company itself. And lastly, I think she's also very into virtue ethics or the Aristotelian way,
Yeah, okay.
where she had the golden mean. She had it, she
Exactly,
wanted it,
yeah.
and she pushed for it. She saw it that if she does this for her company, then the company will be led into their better or to their whole telos, their happiness. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I actually wanna talk about the agape principle
Yeah.
because you did say that she also cares about the people,
Yeah.
right? So like in a sense she wants to protect their dignity. So in a sense she also kinda actually has personalism also because she kind of views each individual as like their own and not just like a means to an end, right?
Yeah.
And then also I did like the thing that you brought up about the golden mean.
Yeah.
Was because I feel like Frederica does have the golden mean because she's not trying to go from one extreme to the other. She's not trying to just say no, we won't take the vape anymore. She just simply wants to wait until there's the proper information.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like those views, but I think personalism should be added in Frederica's
Since everyone's
case,
a-
yeah.
solo
Because she wanted to protect the people. She
Yeah.
wanted to stop non-vapors to potentially getting into nicotine.
Nicotine more, yeah.
Yeah. You know, after hearing the values of the two, and also what you mentioned,
Yeah.
I actually believe that turns out the things that they're loyal to is also completely different. For example, Frederica, she's more loyal to safety and health of the
Of the public.
Of the public.
public
Yeah.
Yeah.
because think of this. It's a new product. It's not yet advertised yet or about to be advertised,
Mhm.
but there is no scientific evidence if it's safe for the person. So what if people use it without any scientific evidence,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which could cause serious
More harm.
illness or harm
Yeah.
to the person and maybe to the people around them. No, it's e-cigarettes also, so there's still smoke coming out. What if that smoke also affects the whole area? Like, I'm a user, I didn't know I used and I started vaping in a crowd. What if that smoke,
Oh, the fume of
the fume could
Affects other people.
Could affect
Ah.
others.
Like-
Kind of like secondhand smoke.
Secondhand smoke is
Yeah,
like-
secondhand
Right.
smoke.
And how like
I
nicotine
understand.
stick
Yeah.
on walls and stuff.
I get-
yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like that. So basically, that's why she's also wanting to wait also based on what she's loyal to.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
as for Seth, he's more loyal to like what you mentioned, his brand, his money, reputation. Because money, of course, it's 50 billion.
Who would want a piece of it?
Who would not
want a
want
piece of
that?
that pie, even if it's a small piece.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'd still take it.
And reputation, like you said, it's a company an agency that's gonna make 50 billion. That will put you at least in one of the top agencies for
Especially when it comes to
gaining
vaping.
that much money.
Yeah, from mid-size, he'll definitely be a
You'll grow.
large agency after that.
Yeah.
I agree.
And of course, the brand, of course, because I believe that Seth also, not only because they're making 50 billion, but also there's a potential that that brand could skyrocket or go high at some point.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
it's a new product that could help help other people who alternative for smoking But of course, based on Frederica, we're still not sure of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, if I, oh, sorry,
Okay.
listen.
No, you go.
I have something to add towards Seth's loyalty. So,
Okay.
I think it clearly lies with its stewardship in terms of their reputation, the quality of the work, the welfare of the employees, and of course the financial stability of the agency are his primary concerns, right? So in assessing this whole situation regarding the e-cigarettes, right? And I think that to add, Seth's belief that in any legal product, we already said that
Every legal product should be advertised.
right, but again, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but like, let's do this. What would you guys put yourselves in their shoes? Like, what would you guys choose between? Who would you?
Frederica or Seth?
Frederica or Seth.
All right, so if you were in Seth's shoes,
What would you do?
what would you do?
Thompson Seth's shoes. I would actually I'll wait it out.
You'd wait it out.
Because imagine this, it's actually a new upcoming product with
Yeah.
no scientific evidence. So you don't know what could be the potential harm it is to yourself and to others.
Yeah.
And that's a big, in a way, it's like what was the name of the case again?
The case was a risky yes or no.
There,
Risky,
basically,
yeah, risky
basically
scientist from risk.
it's a risk. It's risky.
It's risky.
Because you don't know the potential, what could happen.
Yeah.
So I would say I would be with Frederica on this one. I would wait it out.
Wait it out.
What would you call it?
Honestly, I think it's always going to depend on our point of view. If your point of view is to make money, right? It's only two things: whether you're going to do it safely or unsafely.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, Seth is doing the legal way of advertising, however unsafely, because his again, as we all say,
What is advertising?
right? His loyalties is still between on the financial capability of this whole company, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'd be just like Inigo, Frederica.
100%.
And also to add to that, remember what Joaquin said about they're not. Frederica wants them to make the deal or to advertise the brand at Enlight. Just wait out first because
She didn't say no.
like,
she didn't
say no.
Yeah, she didn't say we're never gonna take this account. Yeah.
It's more we'll wait.
It's more like,
Or-
well, let's wait until it's proven it's completely safe.
Yes.
Yeah. But what do you, Bells? What do you think?
Personally, I mean, I'd also have to go with Frederica because I'm trying to apply the different principles of ethics here.
Yeah.
Because obviously Seth, from a deontology and utilitarianistic perspective, I think obviously he'd be the ethical. Like, it would be an ethical choice. Deontology because obviously he has a duty not only to the clients but to his own company. Because obviously he cares about the employees also.
Yeah.
Utilitarianistic also in a sense that obviously he just wants the best for his company, the
Right.
best for his employees.
Yeah.
But I feel like it lacks virtue ethics because simply based on the fact that what he's doing is essentially like a form. It's a form of a shortcut,
Yeah.
basically. Let's say he's saying that let's advertise this while it's still hot, while there's still not a lot of research behind it.
Yeah.
So we can still keep pushing this product as much as we can.
Yeah.
So, but when we look at like if we were to follow in Frederica's example, we were able to mention that she practically has all four of the.
Right.
She practically has
All four of them, yeah.
four of the forms of types of ethics
Yeah.
in her way of thinking. She has personalism because she wants to care about the public.
Yeah.
Utilitarianistic because obviously she wants the
Her
public.
ideals protect.
Yeah, she wants the public to be healthy.
Yeah.
And then virtue ethics because she's not trying to say, she's not outright saying no, but she's also not outright saying yes.
Yes.
She just wants to simply
Wait it
wait
out.
it
Yeah.
out until it's proven that vape is safe.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously if I were in Seth's shoes, I would listen to Frederica
Frederica.
and just wait it out and let's see like where this company goes because at the end of the day, like a mid-sized agency isn't like horrible. Like it's still
It's still a mid-sized
it's still a
company.
mid-sized agency.
Yeah,
it's still
it's
a
up there.
company
At least
that
not
you
bad.
own.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, but how about you, Raf? Like, what do you think?
Personally, if I were Seth and I did value money so much, I would honestly listen to Frederica because honestly, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. The moment we say yes to this without actually being patient about it, we are done. Our company will be sold and we'll be sellouts. That's basically it. So I have to agree with everyone and let's go Team Frederica.
Let's go.
Frederica, yeah. I think obviously Frederica is the way to go. We were able to find out we
All
were able
four.
to connect all four with Frederica.
Exactly my point. So
So yeah.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Ah, let's go, homie.